Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night's Messages of Love from Above. Can you believe it? It's Sunday night again. Just feel like I said that moments ago, and here we are, another weekend gone by, another week to a close. And happy Monday to all of you on the other side of the world. Hope everyone had a great weekend. And as always, super excited to see what's going to be coming through here on the messages this evening. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me in doing so, I, of course, invite that. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together and send love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And we just let that love flow into our heart and fill us up like a chalice. And then it flows out to the world. And just circles the world in a giant bubble of unconditional love energy, touching each and every single heart, sparking it higher and higher and higher in love vibration. And if you yourself are in need of love in this moment for your own mind, your heart, your body, for a relationship, a situation, for a loved one, whatever it may be, we send this love to you as well right now. Just take it in like a giant hug from the universe, from your whole posse, your entourage of beings of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that as well. And before we get into the readings, just a couple quick announcements. If you are not aware, every Monday I do have a giveaway where I give away at least one personal recorded reading. Tuesdays, I'll put out a video announcing what I'm giving away, how you can get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. So here is the video for that. So if you want to check it out, I am giving away a second personal recorded reading that has to do with a new series that I have out called Take 10 with Zen. In fact, I'll pop this in here now. And these are just videos that I've been putting out for 6 weeks. So like 10 minutes or less. That's the Take 10 with Zen, where we talk about connecting to the spirit world, talking about how to connect to our higher selves, and I answer questions from my subscribers. So if you want to check out the video, and then it basically for as many of those as you watch and like, of course, and comment, you have an opportunity to watch 6 and comment on them. That'll be 6 entries into the drawing if you so wish to. So those, I want to make sure you're aware of that. And then, of course, right now, for the month of July, we have the Crazy Zen Summer Sale going on where I'm giving 50% off my Hedge of Peace and Love. It's an amazing energetic process. If you want to know more about that, you can check out the link there. It talks about what that is. And then also 50% off all my personal recorded readings. So you can check that out there. All this information is in the description box of the video if you need to come back to it. But for convenience, here's the link if you're looking at booking one of those. And then, of course, in addition to all of that, also each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this one last week was how can I transform my anger? Last week before that, it was sadness. And I feel like we're going to have a few more lower vibrational energies that they talk about how to transform them. Now that they're saying that it's wrong to feel lower vibrational emotional energies, it's normal. It's why we come here. But when we're bored with it or ready for a change, we can transform it. And that's what it's all about. And of course, I have a ton of other pick a card readings available if you guys ever want those. Those are all free on my main page. I have playlists even made for romance and love and career and abundance and etc. So be sure to check those out if those interest you. And I think that is everything I wanted to talk about there. Let me just see where I cut off here. All right. You guys are funny. All right, I'm just gonna make sure here that I'm capturing them all. I'm just making capturing the chat here, um, because YouTube has been deleting some chats, and I don't want to lose anything. So I'm just gonna grab some screenshots. All right, there we go. And then I'm just gonna get my desktop all set up here, and then we'll get into the readings. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people, wonderful senses of humor, huge, huge hearts. So, what a great combo all that is. And um, so, welcome, welcome. I think I'm all set here. I don't think they deleted any. Yay. All right. So, how the free readings work, excuse me, is I do the go down the chat, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is the list, and if you don't want to put your business out there, you don't have to. You can just ask for general guidance or for like a general reading. Spirit knows what you're wanting. We'll pull cards with that. I do honor donations as an energy exchange, and in doing that, I do prioritize those readings. I step outside of the free readings and I dive deeper into those as well. And then once I'm done, I come back and then continue going down the list. I'm usually on for a couple hours. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. But if you want to make sure I get to your reading, then a donation of any amount I honor, as I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, planet to planet, moon to moon, wherever. So I just know that whatever you're giving is what you're able to give from your heart. So, and you can use the super chat at the bottom, and then also the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square links that are in the pinned comment and in the description box of the video. So that's the skinny. That's how it works. And we are going to be using the Good Tarot uh, card deck. It's called the Good Tarot. They're all good. They're all great, but this one's called Good. So by Colette Baron Reed, lovely, lovely soul. I love her sense of humor and her heart. That is what we're going to use. So I do have a donation, so I will start with you, Brenda. Thank you so much for that donation. And let's take a look here and see. So you want to know, is Braulio honest with you? Meaning, does he have another girl? Uh-oh. And is he being serious about us having a serious relationship? All right. Here we go, Braulio. You're about to get busted out in one way or another. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know around this situation. He can run, but he can't hide. Not from Spirit. All right, let's take a look here. It's a good thing I shouldn't share my location, right? Some mad ex-boyfriends and spouses might try to track me down. Why did you bust me out? All right, let's take a look here. I don't think there's going to be anything too crazy here. Yeah, I don't see any any additional relationship. Another person out there at this time. You know, so we've got here the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands, and the 5 of swords, the 5 of air. So the 10 of fire, this is all right. I mean, there's it feels like there's been a lot of passion, a lot of energy, but I feel like there's a refocus that's going on here in your relationship here. I feel like there's been some conflict, some communication conflict here with the 5 of air about what's supposed to be, who's supposed to be, should be, need to be. And I feel like there's been kind of a little bit of a firestorm, maybe some heated arguments, some heated discussions. Um, I would be surprised if they're not happening in the outside world, because this is definitely happening inside of them. So there's no, I don't see a way of this not making its way out where they're being a little short tempered, a little bit, rah, 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 grump, uh, little grumpy. But it's because he's got a lot on his mind here. He's thinking about a lot of stuff. I do see here with the Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands in the Standard Tarot, movement of passion. I feel like there's about to be a new fire lit. You know, if things have been kind of calm or they've been feeling distant, I feel like they're coming back around. Because, like I said, with that, they've got the five of air. You also have the page of air, the nine of air, the two of air. So there's a lot, just a lot of mental things that are going on. And I feel like it's like the stress almost just took the flame out of them. And I don't know, I don't feel like the stress and conflict necessarily has to do with you specifically. I just feel like you would get the brunt of a lot of it because you feel safe and that happens. But that's why I feel like things are going to be getting better here, different. There's going to be more fire expressed here because we've got the sun is one of the most victorious cards in the deck here, coming in here. So, there is this, energy that's here. The page of air is new communication, new clarity that comes in here. So I feel like whatever this is, they're figuring things out, and they will. The Leo energy is also about diving deep underneath, and there's this type of energy that's coming in here. So I like it. What was going on here is they've got a lot of fears with the nine of swords here. Just means they had a lot on their mind: insomnia, nightmares, a lot of dreaming, like having trouble going to sleep because they have so much on their mind. And then also they've been like, like I said, dreaming about it, and they wake up and that's things are always on their mind. I feel like are getting to this point here with the two of air, which is close your eyes and open your heart. And I just feel like, I mean, really, literally, out of 7 cards, 4 of them were all swords, which was about the mind, the stuff going on in the mind, right? So we've got all this stuff here. We've got all this stuff on their mind, but the clarity is coming in with the page there. So I feel like whatever's been bugging him, whether it was work or excuse me, miss take a quick drink here. There we go. Little storm coming in, activating my human barometer. So sorry about that. But I feel like whatever this has been on their mind, family, like their family members and work and friends, and there's just been a lot going on. Oh, well, there's other stuff going on too. I just feel like that's why they reacted so, uh, you know, dejected, because normally I feel like they're pretty not so hot-tempered, but I feel like they just had so much stress, so much going on. That's what happened there. So, I don't feel like there's nothing to worry about, not another girl, not another person. I feel like that they're serious, they're figuring out their mind, they're figuring out what they want. So I don't feel deceit, I just feel like they have a lot on their mind, and that's what's kind of been triggering stuff, yeah. So, nothing to fear there. You called him a few minutes ago. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's clarity of mind, clarity of what they want. I well, they have the sun card there, which was victory, and brightness. So there's a lot of light being shown on their life, and I feel like they have clarity of what they do want, even though there's all this other stress going on around them. So, yeah. So that's good. Communication is very important, and all these swords definitely are about communication too. So clarity and communication, of trying to be as clear, and I like that. Communicating with compassion and not out of fear and anger, but communicating out of love. And because that communicating out of fear just gets us into war, communicating through love and respect and compassion, that's what creates peace and love and long lasting relationships. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. It feels all right there. I don't have any alarms going off, so that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you again. Thank you for your donation. And Ricky, I did get your donation, so thank you so much for that. And you want to know, will you get the job at WFS and will you get the job at Whataburger? All right. So let's take a look here and we'll see which energies are you wanting both? Let's take a look here. Anything else? Okay. Thought there was one more for each. Oh, and then two for the bonus. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Oh wow, how funny. So if you're looking for both jobs, because you've got the what I was laughing at is you got the ace of air, the ace of swords, and you got the page of air, the page of sword. Both mean new communication, seeing things from a higher perspective, clearing away fears. They're very empowering things. So both of these would be like you're getting communication, new communication with both of these. The first one with WFS, you've got the four of water, which this one feels like it's almost like you yeah, okay, good. Because this is the one, the 4 of water, which offers you something different than the others would. Normally there's 3 cups down here that are empty. It feels boring. It's not fulfilling, but they're getting this 4th cup that's offered. So I feel like this one really feels good for you. I feel like you're going to be offered both with both the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. I feel like you're offered WFS first, and then Whataburger comes around, offers it to you. But the High Priestess card says, "Do you really want that? Do you really want that?" It's like step back, look at things, and see it from a different perspective. Because do you really need this, right? Because there's a third thing. Did you say there was 3? Because there's a third one here, that also the Hanged Man is seeing things from a higher perspective, and you have the Ace of Wands. So you got 3 new things starting here, and, you've got all these things. You really need to pay your bills. I get it. So it's looking at there's 3 things coming in here, and they all have stuff coming in. So I feel positive about 3 things. That's why they gave me an extra one. But there's also all of this uh communication, you've got 2 aces of swords basically saying look at things from a higher perspective. You got the high priestess about step back and look at things from a different perspective, and then the hanged man, look at things from a different perspective. Yeah, I feel like there's 3 things coming in, but I feel like, there's an opportunity to look at what you can cut away, and there's other options so you don't have to work yourself to death. I feel like there's stepping back and being able to see what is really required. Is there other options besides working so much, or is there a job that pays enough where you have one instead of three? You know, so um, they definitely have three offers coming in, and so I feel like you will get three separate different offers, but your spiritual posse too is going, um, you're gonna wear yourself out, and they want you to watch your health. They're wanting to watch you, be able to live and not exist just paying bills. So they're kind of nudging you to look at what you're spending all your money on and see if you really need to have everything that you think you have been told that you need, and is there a different way to approach it too? So, okay. All right. Well, you go for it, Ricky. You are having it coming your way. So that's what's coming in. So you enjoy that for sure. Oh, okay. I get you. I get you. Are you calling me old? Are you saying, "Hey, old man, you don't get it. You remember when you were young?" I'm just kidding. You are very welcome, and thank you for your donation as well. All right. So many blessings to you. And I think that was it for my donation. So we're going to scroll. Well, maybe. Come on. There it goes. Scroll to the top. And we're going to start with Dijona. What does Spirit want you to know right now? For free readings this evening, I'm going to go with one card readings. Um, just to try to get through as many free readings as I can because this is the last night I'm here until Wednesday. So I want to make sure just to try to get as many messages as I can, which we'll start with the second one here because they gave you two, Dijona. So we've got the messenger of air and the six of air. My gosh, you got movement of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. The six of air is leaving old ways of thinking behind and moving to new ways of thinking. Messenger of air, the knight of air, is all about movement of thought and belief and mindset and pursuit of higher truth, seeking higher truth as well. And I had every it was my intent to complete your reading and get it to you. But of course, when I said, unless something happens, and I must have known because there was a bunch of stuff that happened, but I will do your reading tomorrow for sure and get it to you. By the way, they just were like, "Psh, hey, um, but we've got this, movement of thought, of the way of looking at things. Also going to be a movement of communication. They're telling me too. So you might have this new communication coming in. It's smooth communication though, and quick communication. So if you're expecting or wanting like a, a phone call or connection with a job or a person or getting information on something, you're going to be getting that this week. It's really fast moving with the Knight of Swords there. So whatever this is, there is movement. Excuse me, that comes in the mind, but it also is movement in the outside world too. So that's what they have for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. And we've got Alex up next. So will R contact you soon? Let's take a look here. Will R contact you soon? All right. So you've got the Two of Pentacles coming in here, and there's like this energy that it's focusing in on here for you, because the Two of Pentacles is about balance in the outside world in some ways. And for you, there's also, in addition to that, there's like two obstacles that are coming between this contact here. And what they're looking at here, every moment is a choice. We get to choose what story we put to something, what emotion we choose, what energy we put out. But the Two of Pentacles is what actions I put out into the world. So I feel like if you're wanting contact with them, that there's things that you can do, physical actions in the outside world to put the energy into the outside world, right? If this is for your highest experience, which I feel like it wouldn't be, I mean, it is, because it wouldn't be if they're telling me how you can do things. Otherwise, they'd be like, "No, no contact." But they're telling you that there are some things. It's like, even if it's lighting incense, lighting a candle, writing a letter, doing action and putting this energy, some sort of action in the outside world. Now, if it's you reaching out, if you feel that's what you wanna do, they say do it. Whatever this physical 2 things that you do in the outside world, and whatever it is, or if it's going for a walk, if it's an intentional walk or, something intentional you're doing in the physical world to activate this connection between the 2 of you. It's very interesting. So, it's like, whenever we do, like, new moon wishes and different things like that, vocalizing it is so important because here we have this vibrating mechanism here that vibrates stuff out into the world. That brings vibration, that brings action, that brings energy out. And that's what they're wanting you to do. Very interesting. I haven't had that before, so I like that for you, Alex. So, boom, boom, there you go. So there are possibilities that they will, but it takes you doing some of this action and putting it's like creating that energetic atmosphere for this to draw the communication. So there you go. So many blessings. You are very welcome. All right. Michelle Ball, you are up next. So will you and Gaz get back together? Let's take a look here and see. This one right here. We've got the strength card here. And the strength card, this is like your higher self and your human self. For this tells me that this is more you being independent, more you being separate and connecting upward here. Because the story of the strength card is our human self here is told, to look out into the outside world, um, for that which makes us feel whole and complete. So the lion does. It searches in relationships, situations, and things, and all of it feels unstable. None of it fills up their stomach, takes away their thirst. So they eventually grow tired of that, turn inward and upward. And that's where they find what they've been looking for through their higher self. And then it changes their whole outside world and how they perceive their world. So with this card coming in here, I feel like that you don't get back together, that there is this tiredness of always bumping into the same person in someone else's body. We keep on attracting the same type of experiences, but it's designed here so that you are turning inward and upward, finding what you're really hungering for. And once you find that, it doesn't mean that you won't look for love in the outside world. It just means you won't need it. And it won't be as desperate of like, I'm starving, I need something to eat. It's more like, I'm full, I've had 2 desserts, but hey, that 3rd dessert and 4th dessert and 5th dessert look pretty good. I can make room for more dessert. It's more that, it's less desperate, it's less lacking in the outside world and more abundance and overflowing in the outside world. So I feel like that's what's coming in here and what the purpose behind all of it, is. So there you go, Michelle. That's what they have for you now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Happy Pill, you're up next. So, love reading for the year. Well, we're pulling one card reading. So, we'll give you one thing they want you to know, or we'll see what comes out in the card here. Well, sorry, patience. Yay. And what happens when we get the patience card? Any of the slow moving cards that say, with this is temperance, where there's cups going back and forth, and they're creating, you know, changing lead into gold slowly with each pouring. And so it is a process that happens. And so whenever that we get that message, though, it is always happening for us when things slow down. And I know it's like, why? I thought they were just torturing me. No, they're not. They are doing it for us because When we're doing what we've done before and being at a lower vibrational love that is rooted in fears of abandonment, fears of failure and of rejection and whatever it may be, we draw in those experiences. We draw in like, attracts like. So lower vibrational relationships, lower vibrational experiences and people. And we're like, we've had enough of that. So that's when things start to slow down. So we stop, the rate at which we're drawing it in slows down. So it's, instead of it coming, whoosh, it's like tick, 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 which gives us time to raise our love vibration by focusing on our self-love, growing our self-love, connecting to the higher love, letting go of mindsets that no longer serve us, emotions that no longer serve us. They served us for a while, but not for where we want to go. We're cutting off the little sandbags off the bottom of the hot air balloon so we can raise higher. And so this slow time frame is allowing us to do that so that when as our love vibration goes higher, that actually speeds up things. This is weighing things down. This speeds things up. And then we attract someone in situations that are vibrating at that level. So I feel like this is your love reading for the year. Yay! It is freeing though, and it is going to bring in a love that is unlike anything that you've had before. So it's worth it, cutting away those strings of those sandbags so that you can draw in the love that you are truly wanting. So that's what's coming in, Happy Pill. So yay! And we can get more details, but the free readings, so I'm doing one card ones so I can get through others. So more detail. You can ask, more questions and other sessions. Or of course we're on sale right now for the personal readings too, if you wanted to do any of those. All right. So Magician, you are up next. I'm sorry. I'm gonna not gonna jump over double, triple, quadruple X. Sorry about that. You want to know, will you and your partner come back together? You know, he with the temptation card, with the devil card, with this Saturn doing the work, having this stuff be brought up for you to deal with to release long-term patterns. I don't I don't feel like this will result in that. And there's two reasons why. One, the what spawns our work, what spawns us looking into this kind of Saturn review that comes in, it makes you look at all your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about relationship and everything. But because you're talking about a partner, it's the relationship stuff they're having you look at. And generally, what happens and what I feel will happen is like right now, we're like, I wish we'd get back together based on the mindsets and the mentality that I have now. My lower vibrational thoughts around relationship are what drew us together in the past, but you're changing. And the more that you question your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, you are raising the bar, you're raising your vibration of love to where when things kind of when the what do they say, the dust settles, your love vibration is vibrating higher and that relationship is down here, you just don't want it anymore. So that's what's coming in here, is that you won't come back together, and it's for you that it's happening because the separation, well, the relationship itself was designed for you to learn about yourself. The separation also to learn about yourself, but as you raise and learn, you realize, oh, that's not for me. That's not really what I wanted anyway. So that's what's coming in there, double, triple, quadruple X. So here we go. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And Magician, you are up next. So, message for your career. All right. So, you have the Eight of Water. I like this because this is this nudge to leave behind what emotions and people and situations no longer serve you emotionally, so you can move forward to the 9 of cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. It's like dreams coming true. So, if we're still attached, if we're still here on land and we've got this, big chest full of stuff that we're like, well, this is the supposed to and the should, the need to and the have to and the must around career and livelihood and all sorts of stuff. But we're like, but the ship's coming in, and if I'm gonna jump on the ship, I don't want to lug all this stuff with me. So there is this change that's coming forward here. There is this movement, but there's this clarity coming in about what is this career? What is it that you truly want? And there's this purging of things, purging of beliefs, purging of drive, which is interesting because there's a drive that is ignited by the passion of our high heart and living our dream, and then there's the drive that comes out of fear of failing, fear of not fitting in, fear of not, you know, uh, like letting people down. And I feel like there's this drive of some fears that are let go, and then you're able to focus more on the drive of your true dream, not a dream someone else gave you. So I feel like that's what's coming in right now here for career for you, magician. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. What? What? Love 1, 2, 3, 4? You're stepping away from tarot. Huh? Huh? I can't believe that you're breaking up with me. I'm just kidding. Oh, very nice. Well, that's quite all right. You do what you need to do for you, absolutely. It always is. And, um, there's a, wonderful still wonderful growth. So if you want to check out my, Take 10 with Zen when they come out, those are always helpful in our growth and our paths as well. So there's other things that you can do too. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just and because we can let go of, yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Because a lot of times the questions we're asking spirit are the things that we feel are out of control, and I need to know. Because the how I pull cards for myself changed over the decades. Now I'm just like, what do you want me to know today? It's like, what can be for my highest experience today? What messages am I not seeing? It's more that than, other things that I used to ask, kind of things too. Yeah, so it's beautiful. I like it for you. And thank you for your donation. All right, so let's take a look here. All right. I see that here. So you've got 4 questions. So this is question number 1, question number 2, okay, question number 3, and question number 4. All right, that's like a probably gonna be a yes or no because you got 1 card for that. All right, so number 1, this boss, I swear. Well, let's see here. Well, uh, you know, I it doesn't feel like they try to keep you. This is more like the messenger of air feels like, this is the Knight of Swords. This is speaking about the good old days, is what the energy I feel. And it's like, in a way, I guess in their way, we'll put it that way, right? That they're just like, "Oh," it's more like trying to guilt you. It's not like they're gonna offer money, offer promotion, offer this or that. They're just gonna go the guilt way, and "Well, you've been with us for a long time, and I feel like we're family," and, it's just, BS like that. That's funny. Your spirit guides. BS, um, all the fun times we had, and we'll miss you, you know, type of thing, right? So I feel like that's more what they'll do, but they're not gonna offer you more money, offer you, "What can we do to get you to stay?" or whatever. You're like, "Well, give me double my money, give me this responsibility, I want management, I want this." And they're like, "Well, we'll miss you." But I don't even feel like they're gonna do that. So, there we go, which I think you knew already. Alright, number 2. Yeah, they're fine. Got the 4 of Pentacles here, which solid foundation in the outside world, but we've got this here, the Hanged Man, is seeing things from a different perspective, cocooning. So that makes sense, and you could be right that, maybe they've just disconnected to be able to the 4 of Earth too is home, the feeling of home. So I feel like they're hanging at home, cocooning at home, and just needing to, um, just have some downtime. Feel like they finally reached exhaustion where they're just like, "I just need rest," and they just need silence, in a way, right? So we'd like that. Yeah, "Sorry, we can't do that for you." That's what, when I worked in corporate life, one of my, close friends, she she said, "This is what I tell people when because we were in management, and we couldn't always get people raises, because some people weren't working hard enough, they were barely doing their job, and they were like, "Well, I'm not getting paid, what I'm worth." And she said, I told him, you're priceless. You'll never get paid what you're worth. However, you're being paid adequately for the job that you're doing." Bada boom. It's like, oh, I go, that's like a backhand. All right. So so number 3, so this is about September. Let's see what we got going on here. Wow, I think hopefully they're gonna go to counseling or something. Well, I like this actually. I mean, uh, they've got the 9 of swords and the 10 of swords, and this is good. 9 of swords is this, insomnia, almost to the point of exhaustion, right? The 9 is like endings of fears. There's this ending of fears, and the 10 is the ending and the new beginning, right? It's like there's this letting go of fears, which we like. I like this because we've got them being true to their authentic selves and this new opportunity and growth that opens up here in September too. So I like this because it's like the fears are dropping away, and they're. Do you feel how grounded this is with all of this earth energy? It just feels like they're letting fears go and stopping worrying about what everyone else is thinking, being true to themselves, but also that opens up, you know, more opportunity, more solidness in the outside world, with your connection. So I like it. I like it. At first I saw it and I go, all this is you better go to therapy. But then I'm like, oh no, this is good. This is release of a lot of fears. So I like it. And the last one on this donation, number 4. I like it. Mother nature, mother nurture, sensuality, birth, taking care of yourself. It's harvest, it's growth, it's positivity ness. Not like, this is like a positive card. So this is good for you. So I feel like that would be a yes for you on that one. Yeah, it is. especially if you get a really good counselor. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. It's good, yeah, because I know the therapist I went to, she was amazing. We laughed so much, cried together a few times, but she did, she I'm really, I used to be very, very much, an extreme perfectionist, and that's one of the things I was talking to her about, and she gave me homework, and I brought it back to her. I had put it on a spreadsheet with the questions and the answers, and I had highlighted things and did things, and she goes, can I just copy that? I know this is probably reinforcing your perfectionism, but I just think this is so good. I wanna be able to use it and show other people how they can do it." And I'm like, yeah, that's not helping me. You're reinforcing that. Too funny. All right. So anyway, sorry. Back to your second donation. Thank you again for that as well. All right. Let's take a look here. So, all right. So, question number 5. All right. So we'll take a look at that one, and then number 6 and number 7. Okay. I do want to pull an oracle card for you as well. So if you want to choose between 1 through 5 for your oracle message. All right. And of course, for any medical questions, I always refer to my disclaimer that's in the description box of the video about that I'm not a licensed anything. So seek professional assistance. Okay. Yeah, very good. So that's going to be the psychic tarot, which we'll pull last here. Okay. So number one. All right. I think this is a positive thing here. You got the six. This is movement. You've got two sixes. Sixes are a flowing energy because if you think of three things on each side, there's this flow in the middle here. So I like it. From choppy waters to calmer waters, positive card. Um, Lover's card here. It's a positive emotional card to get here. And I feel like it says, like, yeah, this is means that this can happen and that offspring can happen too. So be careful. All right. So that uh, looks good there for that one. And then number 6. All right. Feel like with the 9 of wands here, there's a lot of energy flow. There's a lot of just I feel like it's stress related here. We got the messenger of pentacles, which is slow, like impatience, like things taking too long and stress. So I feel like that's kind of like, this um there's a lot of stress, a lot of stress. So, I feel like it's important to balance with all of this here. And if you've been like doing a lot of activity with your that's not this is not I don't mean this to sound dirty. A lot of activity with your legs, like running, jogging, working out is what I mean. um it just feels like there's a lot of energy and a lot of stress and a lot of things, and I feel like the Knight of Pentacles here is like balance things out, take things slower, less stress, less extremity with energy exertion. So it could be that's what's kind of coming in here, this feeling of overdoing things and making sure there's balanced activity and not extreme. It'd be like instead of sprinting, going for nice slow walks, not, pumping with your legs, 3 times your body weight, but, lighter weights and type of thing is what I feel with that. Interesting. And then messages from spirit, of course, and then, I feel like the message from spirit also comes from the psychic tarot, so, okay. Alright. So we do have the high priestess. So you're talking about, what messages from spirit, right? They got the high priestess is this invitation to step back into your high priestess temple, connect to the higher realms, step and look back behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions. Because there is this energy here of with the page of fire, the page of wands is discovering a new level of your spiritual energy, a new level of your gifts and how you can share those. So there is this importance of alone time of taking time to connect with spirit intentionally and having it be like a friendship where it is communication, it's not one-sided where, "All right, I'm listening to you. What do you want me to know?" Or, "Here, this is what I want from you." It's not like what we're taught growing up. Like, "Here's prayer. Thank you, God, for the grub. Let's eat," Or, "This is what I want. This is what I want. This is all I want." Or, "Tell me what I should do for my life." It's like, no, it's this communion that comes in here. Um I like here too that you've got the throat chakra coming in as your message from spirit too, card number 5, which is about the thyroid gland. And it's the key words is I speak. And it says this chakra is, of course, located in the throat area, communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience, which is inner hearing, are all associated with that. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and individuals involved in the creative arts will often have active throat chakras. So, to balance and stimulate this energy center, try humming, chanting, or singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. And when this area is fully activated, don't be surprised if you suddenly become creatively inspired. I like it. So say what you need to say, right? That song, right? So I like it. Absolutely. Well, glad. I'm so glad it resonates. So say what you need to say. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. You shall return before your hiatus. That's too funny. Well, we will miss you. So, you always have a seat at the table here. All right. And thank you for your donations. All right. So we will return to some free readings here. We'll scroll, scroll, scroll. And we had left off with Anya Ahuya, and you wanted to know whatever spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you have the Three of Wands coming in here. This is telling me that you have some new information that's coming into your life where you're wanting to take a change of direction. You are initiating it, not someone else. You getting new just guidance or clarity around things, and you were headed this direction, and you're just like, you know what? That's not really what I want anymore. And it's okay. Allow yourself to change your mind and change direction. Don't keep doing something because you fear what people will think. Well, I told everyone I was going to do this. You're like, well, I was, but now I'm going to go do this. So it's my life. I'm going to do it. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. And that's what spirit wants you to know, that it is okay to change your mind and to do things in the direction you want to go. All right. So that's what they have for you tonight, Anya. So many blessings to you. In LA, I don't see any alarms. Are you okay? Let's take a look here. So what is coming towards you in August? What is coming towards you in August? All right. So you actually did get 2 cards that popped out, which they're very related. You have the Hierophant turning inward, be this invitation to find out what it is you, capital T, truly want. Who do you truly wanna be? What do you truly want to unfold in your life? Who do you truly wanna be with? A lot of truth coming here into your life in August for you. It's this invitation for you to understand, like, connecting to your high heart, connecting to your higher self, which the King of Fire, the King of Wands, is the highest vibration, the highest spiritual energy you can get in the suit, which uh, sometimes it represents your higher self. So there is this connection here, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things more higher and higher and higher, that frees you from a lot of stress, a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. A lot of fears are relieved and moved because you're really stepping in to this truth of knowing you, not being drawn out by a lot of old things, but really this, not that you become a hermit, but that you're really spending time journaling, contemplating, wondering, questioning, why do I even want that? Why do I feel like this is important? What am I fearing? I just feel like you're doing a lot of inner reflection in the month of August, which is for you, which ends up being, you know, a wonderful thing, of course. So that's what they have for you, LA. So many blessings to you. Divinely protected. Hello, hello. What you don't see coming in July. So you have the 3 of air here, and see that what you don't see coming. This is normally disappointment, heartbreak, card, blah, 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 and it would be like, "Oh, no." But this actually is quite the opposite. It's like what you don't see coming in July is the release of a lot of heartbreak, the release of a lot of pain and disappointment, because you're really starting to see things differently. You're seeing, that other people's actions, when they had these actions that were not loving or compassionate or intelligent, you're realizing so truly, because I feel like you're witnessing this and it's really starting to click that um, emotionally intelligent people don't act like that. And you're like, okay, if they're not emotionally intelligent, why are they emotionally stupid? Well, we all become emotionally stupid when we go into fear. It's more emotionally ignorant because what happens when, we talk about this, right? How when my inner child, my little emotional inner child feels unsafe and out of control, it boots the emotionally intelligent people out of the room, and the intelligent, the compassionate, and all that. And it becomes this little 2-year-old who is not emotionally mature at all and hardly intelligent. All they know with their pet cat, their hissing pet cat, is, "I wanna do everything possible, no matter how extreme it is, to feel in control and to feel safe again. I don't care what it does to other people because they can take care of themselves. I need this for me." And when you realize that, when we go back and look at old memories and old situations or even new things coming in, we're realizing, okay, so is this a loving act or an unloving act? If it's loving, yay, bring us more of that, right? If it's not unconditional love, it's not that type of love, and then it's rooted in fear, and we're like, oh, so this is a person in fear, this is not about me. There's a little child that's scared and freaking out inside this adult, and what can I do to help them feel safe again, because this isn't about me and I don't have to take it personally. And I feel like this is what you don't see coming in July, here over this next week, this culmination, this aha, this clicking, where you start to see it, because you see someone who normally acts very loving and very intelligent and they flip out and you're like, "Holy cow." And you see the trigger that is one of their few triggers, and then you're just like, "Wow, I see it now." So I like it for you, divinely protected. It allows you to see the world so much more clearly. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. We're to Richardata. Hello, hello. So, do your spirit guides want you to connect with Ajitesh? Not yet. We've got the eight of pentacles, no, the eight of pentacles, the eight of swords here, which swords represent our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. These are the small t truths that are rooted in fears of rejection, fears of losing conditional love, fears of failure. And both of you are kind of flowing through and working on letting go of your old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And so I feel like you're kind of on self-study program right now, where it's about you releasing these fears. What am I fearing and why? And let me connect higher, see higher wisdom, and see that these are lies. These are not true. I can release these things. So that's what they're wanting you to focus on right now. They don't want you to connect with them because it would just be a lower vibrational experience at this point. Uh, so they're like, no, it's for your highest experience not to connect at this time. We don't know about later, but right now, no. All right, so that's what they have for you, Richard Dutta. So many blessings to you, and we'll continue. You're welcome, LA. Luna Ray, hello, hello. So when will you move out of current vacancy? All right, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know about the when with this situation. All right. We've got the eight of water. So this feels here, eight of cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve, or people, relationships that no longer serve. And it allows you to move on. It allows you to move into something that feels more like wish fulfillment. I feel like this can happen as early as August, but it's up to you about how you're releasing these emotions, how you're releasing these relationships that are like anchors holding you back. They were things that taught you about what you wanted to learn and grow, but sometimes, well, there's a lot of times as we're moving along our path, there's some stuff that we're like, what is in this, this backpack that I have? I'm like, well, um, like I needed this for this part of my journey because I needed to climb this huge cliff. So I have all this climbing gear, but now I can clearly see that the rest of the way is flatlands. I'm not gonna have to climb, so I can dump the climbing stuff. So whatever happened has helped you get to this place, but it's not needed anymore. We can release those things. So I feel like that's what's saying here. They could be as early as August if you release these emotions, release these individuals from your life. And if you don't, then it just continues on for a while till they either get removed out of your life for you, or it just becomes so uncomfortable that you're like, okay, fine, I'll get rid of it. I'm done with this. But you do have the ability, it's in your hands. It could be as early as August. So hopefully that helps. You are very welcome. Many blessings to you. All right, Divine Beauty, you are up next. So, what is coming towards you? All right. Peace and serenity. Nah, just kidding. Well, it is peaceful. It's very independent. The 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles is like there's this, it's kind of dark in it. Try to get a little more light. Okay, a little bit better. Maybe over here. Usually, the spirit is with them here in the garden, and this is someone that's learning to like stand independently with themselves, looking at their own worth in relationship to the outside world in a solid manner. It's the hermit's journey with the number 9. Endings, the old ways of looking, and it's standing independent where you don't need other people to make you feel this way, and I like it. This is what's coming towards you is this ability to stand as you, unapologetically you, not being mean about it, but that you just stand firm and strong and independent and confident and courageous. But it's a calm, beautiful one. It's not like aggressive. It's just you just are able to just to sit and be who you are without feeling you need to change for anyone. So I like this. This is a good place to be because it just invites in beautiful experiences and people into your life because you're not trying to please. You don't have a whole lot of fears. It's just this beautiful place of sitting and being. So I like it for you. Right, and that's what they have for you right now, and then Lily, you're up next, so divine guidance, let's take a look here and see what spirit has for you. What does the divine want you to know right now? Okay, we have the 2 of air, 2 of swords, which is about decision making that needs to be made, and usually it's like at a fork in the road, and our mind is gonna wanna jump in there and make all the decisions, but the 2 of swords tells us take a deep breath, close your eyes, and open your heart, and let your heart have a seat at the table. Don't make it just about meeting expectations and meeting all this long list of things that we've been taught, but allow your heart to have a say some and have this drive, this draw forward there as well. So that's what's coming through for you right now, Lily. So, with whatever decisions are coming up, just allow your heart to have maybe a 51% vote, like they do with corporations. Your mind 49%, your heart 51, so it has more of a pull in the decisions that are coming up. All right, so that's what they have for you, Lily. Follow your heart. All right, and then Libra girl, any lessons that you get to learn in your current situation? Yay! Yeah, got the King of Earth coming in here. The King of Earth has a lot of wisdom, of course, because the King of Pentacles has lived and experienced all of the Pentacles suit. But one of the big things that they bring in, the wisdom they like to share, is about our stability of our self-worth, which is the Four of Pentacles is the solid foundation that they really get in things. And what he learned through that is when he defined himself by the outside world, like we're all taught to do, into the 3 different pentacles that are out there, relationships with people of all kinds of relationships, situations like jobs and education, etc., and things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. We're taught define yourself by all those things. And then when he did that, he felt very unstable because all those things are unstable. I feel like this is what you're learning in your current situation is when we define ourselves by anything outside of us, we're going to feel like we're getting thrown all over the place because relationships, and that can be romantic, it can be friends, family, coworkers, schoolmates, your fur babies, feather babies, fin babies, whatever it is that we have this relationship with. Well, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So unstable, right? And then situations like jobs and education never stay the same. They're constantly changing. So unstable. And then things, our bodies, bank accounts, all that burns down or blows up, deteriorates, stolen. Um, you know, um, it's just unstable. I call it retail price. When we're defining our self-worth from the outside world, that's not self, that's outside world, right? That's retail. That's what we feel or what people might communicate we're worth to them. But that's not our self-worth. Self-worth comes from the capital S self, inward and upward. And through this, we learn that find the only thing turning inward and upward that is solid, that is um, worthy of us to make it the foundation of our worth, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the spirit realm, of creator, of our posse, all of that, right? Eternal, never ends. That's pretty stable. Unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it. That's pretty stable too. And that's what we learn. So we don't end up on the clearance rack in the retail world because and we don't care if we do because that's not how we're defining our worth. We're finding that on the inside. But I feel like with whatever you're going through, you're realizing that it's either a relationship, situation, or thing that is letting you down, that feels unstable. And it's like, because it is. That's the outside world. It is ever changing, fickle, falling short from what we need because we can only find what we need on the inside, not the outside. Doesn't mean that we don't want things on the outside after we find this on the inside. Just means that we don't need it. We don't feel so needy and desperate to have it. We feel solid on the inside. So the outside world goes from looking like a thing of lacking all the time to I got everything I need inside of me. So you're above and beyond extra. So it's abundance on the outside world instead of lack because we got everything inside here. So I feel like that's what's coming in there, Libra girl. Hopefully that resonates and helps. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And we are to spiritual love. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. And you'd like to know what Spirit wants you to know about the month of August. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. I'm just going to give these a shuffle here. All right. So for the month of August for spiritual love, bunch of cards came flying out. Energy is spiking. What is happening here? Leo energy is coming in. We just entered Leo season. Happy birthday to all you Leos. All right. So August for you is a month of transformation in a way. The Hanged Man I look is like a cocoon and you're in this. It's slow. It's like, you're hanging upside down looking at things from a higher perspective. So there's not a lot of movement and action in the outside world, but there's a lot going on the inside. You're looking at things from this higher perspective. You're transforming from a caterpillar through the cocoon into a butterfly. So there is this reflection, there is this release, there is this changing of things, but a lot of it's just all happening internally. And you're just kind of like perched, watching the drama from a distance, learning about yourself through the reflections you're seeing and all those mirrors out there. But it's a lot of inner transformation that's happening. And it's good because it's freeing and you eventually bust out of the cocoon and you have these beautiful big wings that dry off and all the struggles that you've been going through all the way up to this point has been for you to decompose as a caterpillar to caterpillar juice to turn into a butterfly so that the beautiful wings form and the wing muscles form so you can use the wings. If you escape out of the cocoon early without the struggle of getting out of the cocoon, you don't have the strength to even use the wings. They just look pretty. So I like this for August. I feel like you're getting close. By the end of the year, you'll be out of the cocoon. But I feel like this is still a month of reflection where things are falling away a bit more. So that is what they have for you, spiritual love. So many blessings to you. All right. And Lynx Lee, you are up next. So how does Leo perceive you? Of course, it's going to be how do they perceive themselves in the moment? We got the transformation card, and this is death and rebirth, but I feel like it's constantly changing. And this is what this is telling me here. When we ask about people's perceptions, what do people think of me? How do they feel about me? All of those things. It's amazing how much it changes in a day. you know, they woke up late and they're grumpy, and so they think we're horrible. Then they get a nap in and they're refreshed and they think we're awesome. Then we don't give them the dinner that they wanted, so then they're mad at us again. But then we give them the dessert that they wanted, and they're happy with us again. There's this old you probably have heard it, with the it's an old, from the Orient, an old story back in the day where emperors ruled and how having a horse was an amazing thing, right? And this grandpa was raising his grandchild because the parents had passed, and that already the townspeople were like, "Oh, that's a sad thing," and they didn't have any horses at all. Oh, that's a sad thing. And then a storm came through their area and it scared a horse into their barn, which trapped the horse in the barn. And so the townspeople, yay, it's a good thing. And seemed to appear like it was a good thing. And then another storm came a month later. And the fence blew down and the horse ran away. And they're like, oh, that's a bad thing. But they treated the horse so well, it came back with 4 of its friends, so they had 5 horses. Yay! The townspeople was it was a great thing, right? And then the grandson was trying to tame one of the wild horses and got bucked off and crippled one of their legs, and, oh, the townspeople thought it was a bad thing. And then, the emperor of, their region declared war on the emperor next to them in the region next to them, and all able-bodied young men had to go to war, but, this young man didn't have to go because he had his lame leg. So it's like, "Yay!" It's a good thing. So we don't know what a good or a bad thing is, and they wanted to share that with that it's constantly changing. The things, the viewpoints, the feelings, the thoughts are constantly changing based on perceptions, and it has little to do with us, I love the meme that says, "Other people's opinion of us is none of our business." So it's constantly changing, it's constantly dying and being reborn, and, it has to do with their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are that they've been conditioned by. They're wearing Google glasses watching a movie. They think you hilarious when they're watching a comedy, and they think you're scary when they're watching a scary movie, and they think you're hot when they're watching a romantic, movie. And then it changes because there's constantly a new show coming on, right? So I feel like Spirit is trying to be a little light about it, but at the same time, try to bring the truths in there that what we glean more from is what's my perception of them because they're a mirror for me just as much as I'm a mirror for them. And though I don't know what they're seeing when they look in the mirror of me, I can see what I'm seeing when I look in the mirror of them. And that's a productive use of our time and energy is to see what is coming up when I look into that other person. So that's what's coming in right now for you, Linksley. So many blessings to you. Enjoy that. All right. Mira, hello, hello. You're up next. So who is in love with you? You're so funny. Let's take a look here and see. What does Spirit want you to know? Who is in love with you? All right. Well, you've got the death card. So the Grim Reaper is in love with you, death and rebirth. No, you don't want them coming to your door. But this is someone who has had a huge transformation in their life recently. There's this um could be Scorpio energy, Scorpio, sign, because it's ruled by Pluto, which is the death and the rebirth and the change. So it's someone that's gone through significant change, significant life altering situations in their life. So I like it because I feel like it's recent that they've had this huge transformation in their life and they came across you unexpectedly, and it's just like you're this bright light in a dark time that they've made it through like a dark night of the soul. They've made it through this huge transformation, and the sun was rising, but you're this bright star. It's almost like the moon, how at dawn when it's still it's still starting to light up, but the moon is still bright. That's like you, and you're this bright spot in their life. So that hopefully that helps clarify who that is for you. But that's what they have for you, Mira. So many blessings to you. And Donna Neal, hello, hello, hello. Hello, beautiful family. Good to have you here. And maybe you ask a question further down. I don't see one yet. So, welcome. Good to see you. Rainbow Blessings, you are up next. Hello to you. And you want to know Pisces feelings and next actions towards you. What are Pisces feelings and next actions towards you? All right. Yeah, I thought I heard the words wah wah wah. I think that's from Happy Days or an old sitcom. But the Magician card is movement, action, divine masculine energy of movement and manifestation, where they're focusing their energy. And so I feel like there is this, they have passion. I don't feel yet like a ton of emotion, but the Magician has everything. It has the wand, the pentacle, the cup, the sword. So they have everything. So they're thinking about you. They have passion, they have some emotion, but I feel like what's really ruling is the passion because the Ace of Wands type of energy of moving forward, moving toward it. So I feel like they will reach out to you, share their passion with you, like they're going to share some of the other stuff to make it not seem like they just want to, you know, as they say, jump your bones, but they want intimacy, they want touch, they want kissing maybe, but they're wanting this more intimate sharing of this energy. They're attracted to you physically, they're attracted to you energetically, and there is thought, there is emotion, there is, was it thought, emotion, and pentacles, which is this feeling of worth, this feeling of wanting to show and have action in the outside world too. So that's what's coming in here. So if you're like, well, will it end up being more than that? It's to be seen. They're not showing me that yet. Yay, but that's what they have for you right now. Rainbow blessings, so many blessings to you. All right, continue moving down the list here. We are to Grace, and you want to know, how can you manifest long-term relationship partner in your life? All right, let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about that here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is new action in the outside world. It's like when we do things the same way, expecting a different result, that's insanity. That's the definition of insanity, right? Which we're all taught to do. Keep doing it. Keep hitting your head against the wall till it breaks. What, my head or the wall? Either one. Either way, problem solved. But this is about looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world differently. And that was what changes your approach to things in the outside world as well. So there's this Six of Pentacles energy, because this has to do with the changing of your worth, changing how you're looking at the things in the outside world. And it might help if you look at my take 10 with Zen. We just had 4, 5, and 6 are all about fate and what we can do to bring things in sooner, or things that we do that delay things, that end things sooner, that extend things. So if you're interested, they're all free. They're on my main page. And Take 10 with Zen. I think it's at the top, is the playlist. It's available there. But check those out, because I feel like that is what they're telling you here, is that there's some changes to make around our energy, some changes to make around with our subconscious, things that we're consciously doing, things that are subconscious. And there's this, you know, clarity, this change, this flow that changes. And that's what allows long-term relationship, to be able to come in. So that's what they have for you, Grace. Hopefully that helps. But be sure to check those out. And Info Entertainment 999, you are up next here for the next free reading. And you wanted to know what's coming up in regards to Ali's third party situation. Where do you see things headed? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. What does Spirit want you to know? All right, it's this one right here. Wow. So you got this death and rebirth card coming in here. I had just put this back in not too long ago, and here it comes out again. But there is this ending and this new beginning, this transformation that's happening. So, I mean, it ends. Dun dun dun. And I just opened up, and we have the tower. Removed they're removed out of each other's lives here. So either someone gets moved away for family or for a job, or something takes them away from each other, and it's okay. It ends. They're not willing to follow each other, not willing to do anything. I just feel like it ends, and it ends. I don't. There's no new beginning with them with that person. I feel like it's just there's this ending, and I feel like there's just this now what type of energy with them. They're not showing me the future. We're doing one card readings for the free ones for this session. So that's what's coming in. They're like, this is what happens. Where is it headed? To a dead end, and it doesn't go anywhere else. So that's what's coming in there right now, their info. So many blessings to you. All right. And then I believe we are down to Keel. You are up next here for the next free reading. All right. And you wanted to know what are other things that you need to let go of from your subconscious mind, rooted from your past and present life. All right. Let's take a look here. Cards are flying out here. Okay. Just going to reshuffle these. There's like cards flying everywhere. Let's balance this energy. All right. They're like, here you go. This is what's in your subconscious. We all have all this stack of tarot. Yay. But let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? What's one thing? So we're pulling one card readings right now. So let's take a look here. All right. So the one thing, well, here we go. You've got the King of Water, the King of Cups coming in here. And so there is this balancing of heart and mind. I think you had something that like that earlier where it's about going back and forth, that there's conscious things we do and then we go into the subconscious, and there's conscious things we do goes into the subconscious. There's thinking things we do and then we go into emotional things, and thinking and emotion. There's like this going back and forth here, and I feel like their big message to you is balance right now. Um, it's like, and I think they mentioned it earlier too about you don't need to rush. It's a balanced approach to what you're looking at. If you're like, oh my God, I've got to get this, I've got to get my entire subconscious cleared and perfect. It's like trying to herd cats. You're going to try to get it's going to be very frustrating. There's always something to be looked at, something to be brought up. We come here to experience. It's like going to a movie going, when is this movie going to end? It's like you came here to enjoy the movie, enjoy the movie. Don't try to fast forward the movie to get to the end of it so you can leave, because that's what's going to happen. We don't need to be here anymore, right? And that's the way it's designed. We are going to have all this stuff, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, balance between heart and mind, but enjoy life too. Take time to rest, take time to enjoy the adventure as well. So that's what's coming in for you, Keel. And many blessings to you. Right. And let me just take a look here. I think this is where we had donations coming in. So let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone here because there was questions and monologue or dialogue. Not monologue is just me chatting. It was dialogue back and forth. All right. All right. Donna Neal, I believe you are up next here. So, Donna, when will you get a new job and home? All right, let's take a look here and see what we've got going on here. What does Spirit want you to know here about when will you get a new job and home? All right. On behalf of Spirit, I apologize. Get a patience card. Yay! It is coming. It's temperance is what it's normally called. And the temperance card is the going back and forth between two cups where things are progressing, things are going and things are coming. It's lead being turned into gold slowly. The magic as it goes back and forth between them is unfolding. It is coming. There is this that's moving forward. But whenever we get any of those slow moving cards, it's happening slow for us so that we can release some fearful thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, some emotions that no longer serve us, so that we can raise our love vibration, our self love vibration, so we can see things clearly, and that we end up not going in a direction that's not in alignment with our higher heart because we're caught up in our fears, these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that we've been given all our life. And that I call them small T truths. They're rooted in the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of losing conditional love. And we have all this stuff. Well, I've got to have this type of job. I've got to have this type of home. I need all this stuff, all this, it has to be this to fit in. And not that you don't need a job and don't need a home. I mean, we come here, we experience those things. But through this transformation, through this slow period, you're getting clarity around what it is you truly want. What kind of job do I truly want that makes my heart sing, that makes my heart feel full? I'm going to do more of that. What kind of home do I want? Not what home I'm supposed to have or what everyone else thinks I should have, but what do I want? Maybe instead of a big house, I want a cottage with all this garden and da 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 da. One room, one bathroom. I don't need to have room for guests. In fact, I don't want guests, but everyone thinks I should because they want to come visit me. But they can stay at a hotel. I want a little cottage. It's like, what do you want? And this is what's coming in with all this, Donna. So enjoy the patience, enjoy the transformation because it is happening for you. Even though sometimes it's like, really? It is? Okay, I trust you that it is. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Donna. So many blessings to you. And we are to Mary P. Hello, hello. So anything you need to know about the week ahead. All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know here? I got the Page of Air, which is the Page of Swords. So there's new communication coming in, new ideas coming in, seeing things from a higher perspective, also cutting away some old thoughts that no longer serve, some that are rooted in fears, judgments of yourself, things that would have normally held you back before, things that you feared would mean failure to you. And I feel like you're just really seeing things from this higher place that's bringing in this very nice movement in your life. It just feels freeing for you this coming week ahead. So whatever is coming up to shake and rattle your world, it's for you because you're realizing, why does it even matter to me? And you're slicing it away and it's not going to come back. So I like it. Progress, freedom, joy, relief, all of these energies I feel for you this coming week ahead. So I like it for you, Mary P. So many blessings to you. Hey, Irresistible Smile. Hello. Good evening to you. And I think your question's down here. Yep, here you are right here. So let me just scroll down here. You want to know, did Michael read your text that you sent him earlier today? And how did he feel when he read it? Okay. I think he did. We've got a lot of fire here. The king of fire, just kind of a variety of different emotions coming in here. One is there's like this pride in there for some reason of like, all right, I got the result that I wanted. I'm not sure what that means. That's coming in here. But there's also this energy of um like passion that riled up there. I feel like they're just like they either it doesn't feel like anger, but it doesn't feel like lust. It just feels like spark. It was just like just feels like they were sparked in a way here. Um and there is this I don't know why there's this feeling of control that comes in here. And I don't necessarily feel like it's manipulation on their part, but I almost feel like it's like if you know someone fears rejection and you use it as a tool to get what you want, that's manipulation. That is manipulation. But it doesn't feel very like hugely strong, but it's there. So I just feel like they read it, but they also feel like they're taking ownership for something, like they are taking credit in their mind for some things. It feels very weird, irresistible. It just feels like, I don't know, player energy, playa, you know. And I just it doesn't feel like if I was your older brother, this is the energy they're giving me. If I was your older brother, I'd go kick his butt. Because I don't feel like they're respecting you the way that I would want them to respect you. So that's the energy. Not that I would ever do that, and I promise I do not own any voodoo dolls. But that's the energy that's coming in. I just don't feel like they are respecting you the way you deserve to be respected. So that's there it is. There it is. So that's what they have for you, irresistible smile. All right. Hey, Barty. All right, Somya, hello. And you say, please tell you why you on the earth? I go, why on God's green earth? You are welcome. So, guidance to achieve your life purpose. And we are doing one card reading, so we'll see what comes through and all of that. It's a pretty heavy question for a one card reading. But we'll see what spirit brings through here for you. What guidance around this here? Okay, all right. Well, this is a good card to get regarding that because the magician does tell you that you have all the everything you need within you right now. You don't need to become anyone else. You don't need to achieve anything else. It's like Rumi who says you don't have to find love. You just need to discover the obstacles that you've created between you and love. It's like you don't have to find your life purpose. You don't have to achieve anything. You are already a perfect mountain. You've come down here to wander around this perfect mountain of who you are to discover who you are. So it's not about you have to change and become something, but just move these obstacles out of the way that have been created that stand in between you and realizing who you really are, because our life purpose for all of us is to come down here to see the difference between the unconditional loving being we are and this character we're playing here who is of conditional love. It's like this tapestry back here. It's all if it was all beige, you wouldn't see anything. If it was all black, you wouldn't see anything. But because of the contrast, you see the symbol here of who you really are, the Om, right? The breath of God. And so you get to experience this. And we, of course, we multitask. So we do, when we come down here, in addition to experiencing life and experiencing the differences of lower vibration and higher vibration energies and love, we also have life purposes like, well, while I'm down there, I also want to help out the collective. And so how I want to be of service to humanity is, and that's what you're trying to find out, right? Well, this energy shows that whatever you invest your energy is what grows and becomes bigger. And um that there is no wrong or right way. The whole thing is that we're on this scavenger hunt to discover who we are, how we want to express this love in our heart with the world in our own unique way. And what stands in the way of us that finding the unique way is all these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets, all of these shoulds and supposed tos and need tos and have tos and musts that we've been given by humankind to show us and tell us how things are supposed to be. And so we try to fit into this mold when really we're trying to find our own unique way. So it's the releasing of these mindsets that no longer serve you, the releasing of these emotions that no longer serve you, connecting higher and higher and higher, and raising your love vibration so we can hear more clearly what we're doing. These are the things we can do, but there's no right or wrong. There's no timeline, there's no pass or fail. It's an adventure. And when we look at life more that way, we're more less stressed. We're not living so much in the future, trying to get to a point so I can be happy and successful and acceptable and lovable when, or focusing on the past where I failed. I'm living in the now, in the moment, and you're able to live life instead of be in fear of failing or fear that we have failed, right? So this is what guidance they have you here for, looking into your life's purpose is like, what makes your heart sing, what makes your heart feel full, how do you uniquely want to express that unconditional love to the world? Do more of that. Rumi also said, there was a great quote that I read a couple of days ago. It says, "Your heart knows the way. Run in that direction." That's what Rumi says, and I love it. What a great piece of wisdom, right, Somia? So that's what they have for you right now. I know we want a scroll that drops from the heavens, where it tells us exactly who and what and where and blah blah blah. But how boring that would be, Spirit told me, because of course I also asked the same questions, but Spirit was like, on the other side, we don't get to have the journey of going from A to B. We just naturally, um, we're so powerful. I wonder what it's like over by B. Psh, we're over there. We don't get to walk and get there. We want to know something. I go, I wonder what the answer to that is. Psh, we know it. We don't have to go discover it and research it. So part of the excitement that this realm brings to souls and what draws us here is the journey of walking and wandering, even to go into places. So that is what is coming in for you right now, Somia. You are very welcome. So thank you very much. All right, lovely, lovey. You want to know, why does Tropa hate her mother? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. 'Cause she's an emotional wreck. No, I'm just kidding. Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. Um, we've got all the queens get a second portion of water, and the Queen of Cups has this double water. It's like the high priestess, very intuitive, but it can be someone who's very emotional. And I feel like, yes, both of them are this, right? So if you look at someone who's very empathic. Hey, lovey. So someone who's very empathic and can feel everyone's emotions, right? And so they feel like they're up and down and all over the place, impacted by the moon. Cycles every 2 or 3 days, they feel like they have a different personality. Well, that in themselves, and then they have a mother who also is emotional. Maybe not as in tune as daughter or Tropa, sorry. And So they're almost bipolar. They're up, up and down, down, and up, up and down, down, and I feel like, Tropa, would come out of their room and be like, "Okay, who am I dealing with today?" You know? And so I feel like there's the hatred. What you can ask, which will bring a lot of clarity, is why do they fear their mother? What are their fears that are in relation to it? And that they fear failure, they fear not being loved, all the stuff that they felt because they, even if mother did not say a whole bunch of stuff, um, you know, uh, she could feel it. Right? And even though this one didn't do something, like the daughter didn't do things, she was feeling things, she would feel it and punish her for it. I know you're gonna do it anyway, and blah 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 blah. There'd be this it's like two X-Men battling that are, empaths. But I feel like that's what it is, and it's fear is the root of it, the fear of not being enough, the fear of failing, the fear of letting them down, not being good enough. A lot of these fears that were bubbling around because they're very emotional, so they've got a large emotional, storehouse of pain, um, of that was rooted in fear, and if you could, wow, they just showed me, you could take that exact thing and then move it up a generation. You can see mom being the daughter and having the same thing towards her mother. And, it's like there's this um, family habit, this family pattern, this family chain that's been passed down from generation to generation. This very emotional between mother and daughter, type of thing. So hopefully that makes sense there. I know, oh boy, both empaths. Yeah, like if in a line of empaths. Huge, but I mean like feel like huge because we're all empaths, but I feel like they're very sensitive. Like if they were moon signs, um, we're water, or they are water signs, or have a lot of water in their chart, or whatever. It just feels like big, stuff. So that's what they have for you, lovey. So many blessings to you. Hey, LA, thank you for your donation. All right. And you want to know how would the FaceTime go with ML? Would it be awkward? Yeah, interesting, right, Lovey? Here's a story about some empaths. That's the Brady Bunch. For those of you who are not old enough, it's a very old sitcom now that I think about it. All right, so let's take a look here at LA. What's going on here? Yeah, it's awkward. Just a lot of emotion. You got the 7 of Cups. Emotional confusion. Wow, what is this FaceTime gonna be about? But we've got the peace of mind, so mentally, it seems okay on the outside, but a lot of emotional confusion and a lot of, passion, but energy going in different directions too. It's just like it feels like, moment by moment changes of different energies, right? Just all over the place. I know, yeah. And here we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire, death and rebirth, um, transformation, things will never be the same. And it doesn't feel like it's bad. It just feels like you can't go back from it. It's like things would, like they keep saying, things would never be the same. That's for sure. Um, but I know, right? You're like, I am deleting FaceTime from my phone right now. Block, block, block. But yeah, it's very interesting. But that's what's coming through in there. Hopefully that makes sense to you. The Queen of Fire, it's choosing of the energies, but um yeah, it just feels like I don't feel like it's awkward. I feel like it's just um I don't know what the word to put to it. Not it doesn't feel like awkward as much as it feels like um I don't know, ang- not anxious either. It's like you're gonna go on a roller coaster and you have to go up the chick 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 chick, and when you're going up the chick 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 chick, you're, like, excited, but you're nervous. It's exciting but you're nervous, and you're just like, "Okay, this is gonna be one hell of a ride, and I know I got on this ride, but here it goes," and you just push through it, and you throw up on people because you ate a big ice cream cone and a big soda beforehand, and there's a little bit of embarrassment, but you're also like, "Woo, you know what you were signing up for." Everyone knows. It just feels, very interesting, LA. So, yeah, interesting. So there you go. Will it be awkward? It'll be interesting. Gonna go block them. Be right back. You're so funny. It will be interesting, though. Alright, but that's what they have for you, and many blessings to you. Alright, and love 1, 2, 3, 4. You said yeah, as promised. Promise fulfilled. Cha-ching! Alright, and thank you for your donations, for your continued donations. You've given so much, so thank you. Alright, let's take a look here and see what we have here, and this actually, will, be my last reading for this evening. And so I'll share some things with everyone here after I complete the reading. Just some giveaways, some other free content too. So let's take a look here. So number one. Uh-oh. Okay, let's take a look here. And then number two. Number three. Whoa. Shoo. That one came flying out. Okay. What else? All right. So for number one, oh, boo 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 boo. So we've got it's well, such opposites here. You got the king of air who rules over air, but all kings are given a second portion of air. So you have the mastermind here. And then you have the queen of water, queen of cups, who rules over water, and but it's given a second portion. So she's the master of water, master of emotion versus master of the mind. And it feels like um, that there's differences, but um, I don't feel like that they're saying that these are, complete opposites. That's not what the message is. It's not saying we're so different we can't get along. I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like they're going, you know what? Um, I learned so much from you, and hopefully you learn a lot from me because I feel like we have enough in common, but we are very different too. And I love that. That's what I feel like they're coming through here. Hey, LA. Well, you can still purchase readings. I just meant like this is the last of the free readings that I'm doing. Because I completed all the free ones, but any donations I will complete in this session too. So sorry, LA. It's my last session, you know, how I'm not quite, my human isn't quite here, so sorry. But you can make more donations and ask more questions for sure. Alright, but that's the first one there for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. I like that, I like that. And then number 2, alright. Yay! You get a patience card for the next 2 to 3 weeks. But you have the 4 of water too, which is you're being offered it's emotional stability, we like that, but you're also being offered, you know, you have the 3 cups normally on the bottom, which we're bored with, but we're being offered something so new, something so much more than everything we've had before. So I like it because it's worth waiting for the lead turning to gold, with the temperance, energy that's here. So I like that. I like this energy that comes in here, and it feels good. It feels it feels like a slowdown. It feels like what's needed. You know, it's like I get you get a little bit of a break. I kind of feel like it just feels calm, which I like. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're talking about the spotlight. Um, so the card that came flying out for this question is the Hanged Man. Seeing things from a different perspective, hanging upside down might be your thing. Are you thinking of joining the circus? Maybe so. No, I'm just kidding. It's what has you stand out in the spotlight is, this is another patience card, another slow card, because it is a transformation, but it's the transformation that you go through that really puts you in the spotlight, that you see things differently, that don't see things like other people see it, and it allows you to uh, stand out in that way. Um, you've got the 9 of wands. So what's been, here's like this beautiful bright, bright light here, but it's where there have been blocks before. And this is where I feel like why you shine is because where other people keep hitting a wall, you're able to step into your power, and you're able to, then step through these barriers. So where people couldn't get through things before, whatever this is that, um, people feel is, well, it's just we can't get through it. We've been trying for forever, and you're just like, well, have you tried this? Zip, and they're just like, what just happened? I feel like because of where you're at and how you see things differently, your thinking process, your approach is differently, and it changes things because you have the 2 of wands too. Like whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And I feel like you step into this, and there's like this, there's this change that you're making, that you have been making here too. And I feel like this strength that you've been developing when you get like whatever situations these are that you're coming into, it's like because you've been practicing it and this patience and all this stuff has been happening, when this thing happens, whatever these things that you are able to move past and help people get through, and whatever this is, they're not giving me like exact like area of your life yet, but it feels like work, it feels like dream, it feels like whatever you're doing. It doesn't feel like relationship or uh, you know, anything you're getting arrested for or anything like that. This is like something that you're accomplishing, right? But it's like because of this, you're able to stay out of fear, and you're able to have gratitude and stay calm, and you're able to go through that. I know what. And then you have the messenger of water. And this is what I'm talking about with the Knight of Cups. You're able to move with emotion, you're able to move things, and I feel like this is really standing out to me now, which is that with whatever you're doing here, with whatever you're accomplishing, it's because you're able to, like, motivate others. You're able to move people emotionally, which then impacts their thought, because when we talk oop, sorry, doggy's upstairs. When when you look at trying to change the world, let's say, we cannot change the minds of the world. We can only change hearts. Because you try to change minds, it really just, you know, pushes people in the other direction. We can only change hearts, and how we change hearts is by moving people emotionally, and that's usually through unconditional love, right? So there's this change that happens, this transformation that happens, and this is how you're able to help. This is how you stand out, is because you're able to move people that couldn't be moved because people were trying to change people's minds, and you're like, no, 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 we change people's hearts, and that's, I feel like, how you stand out. Bada bong, bada bong, shing. So that is what they have for you. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm excited to see what area of your life you're doing this for. Yeah, no problem at all. You can always re-watch it, of course. All right, close my blinds here. Not sure what the dogs were barking at outside. Maybe it's a wolf. I don't know. We don't have wolves in our city. All right. So, Aries rising, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know what are Taurus feelings towards you and general read. All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. All right. All right. Feelings, 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 and general read. Okay. Well, I like these that are coming in here. Good evening. So we've got this, magician, which is, action and movement, and it's like they're the master manifester, right? And you got the 9 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups is like emotional wish fulfillment, dreams come true type of card, right? And I feel like that their feelings towards you are that they want to take action because they feel like this could happen. They feel like with where they're at, that they feel like I can make this happen and this is what they could have and this is what we can do and so I feel like this is the type of energy that they have that you don't know about. Or that's they don't think you know about it and I feel like they're trying to hold like, their cards close to their chest. They don't want to reveal their cards yet because we have like almost almost the same type of scenario here because you've got fire type of energy. You've got 9 of Waters energy, you got Ace of Waters, new love energy here. And I feel like what they're hoping is that, like, I feel like this they feel is them. They're the magician, and here's this love here. And that you're the Queen of Wands, which is like a female magician. I guess that would be a witch, but like the female wizard with the new love to offer. And I feel like they feel like this is what they are hoping is there, and that they're feeling like that could happen, right? But oh, I know, what just stop, right? No, no, zip, they're gone. No, I'm just kidding. Because 'Cause we've got they're balancing out things here. The 2 of Air is balancing heart and mind, close your eyes and open your heart, and the Justice card is they've got the scales here, if you can see them. They got the scales there, and the Ace of Swords, which is them sorting things out, getting things cleared out in their head, seeing things from a higher perspective, cutting away the fear so they can move forward, trying to close their eyes and not stick in their mind, but allow their heart to be expressed. But this is what is the part of the general read, the Well, why haven't they shown me that yet? Why haven't they jumped forward and done this? Well, because 'cause they're working out this balancing things. They have a ton, I feel, of, old, you know, supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that it's almost it's like someone that was told they were a disappointment so much in their life, really a healthy childhood, but it just feels like it was never enough. Almost like it would be like a military family, like a military father kind of energy that they're showing me in my head of just the bar raised so high that it was always higher and higher and higher. There's not reward, there's just non-punishment if you if you meet what they're wanting you to do, right? And I feel like, excuse me, they have to overcome that, and that's what they've been trying to do, and I feel like they've done a lot of inner work, but there's so much of it. It just feels so, out of balance that it took them, the time, to do all that there. Yeah, yeah, and there we go. So we've got the home, the 4 of Earth, the home. We've got the slow moving, slowest moving night out of them all of change. But I like that the 8 of Air is coming in here because here's this 8 of Swords, which the 8s are about flow. They're learning what of their own thoughts and own beliefs and mindsets had kept them in the past blinded and bound and trapped, the fears that they've had. And so I like it. They are definitely this you know this changing, this movement, this um forward progression. They're doing work in it. So I like that this is coming in here, but it did originate in home, and it's been a slow grinding process for him, but I like it. I do want to, of course, we'd like to get a little nosy, just, any will there be, completion here? Yes, there will be. They're 8 of Fire. It's gonna speed up out of nowhere, and, there's this that will come in here. It's like it's suddenly gonna go from not 0 because they've been working on it, but it's gonna go from, like, 30 miles an hour to 120 miles an hour. So progression will come, passion will come. Um, yeah, well, there you go. You wish he could take more action towards you in that 8 of Fire, the 8 of Wands, definitely comes in there, as well. So I feel like it's going to go, like I said, from 30 miles an hour to 120, and you're gonna go, "Woohoo!" So anything else here? Yeah. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we've got the Empress, new birth, sensuality coming forward, 4 of water, emotional stability. So I like it. They're positive cards. So more of what you're looking for is coming that way. Um, so what you can do too with the energies is um, focus on who they are, what they do bring in, and you're probably already doing this, but just to reiterate, who are they? What are you grateful for what they are doing? Grateful for the progress they've made. Um, you know, seeing them for how much they've overcome, how strong they are. And it's like kudos, 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 kudos. Not it doesn't have to be to them. There's this being grateful for what is. Um, they didn't tell me like the exact time frame it's going to be, but it has to do with the energy, and that's what they're talking about right now. Because the more you focus on gratitude for what is, that speeds things up. When we're focusing in on what something's not, that's what slows things down. If you check out my Take 10 with Zen, if you haven't checked them out yet, look at episodes 4, 5, and you can look at 6 too. It's about death, but it's all about fate and all about timing with our fated events. what impacts the timing, what of our conscious mind, what of our subconscious mind, and they're like 10 minutes or less. And also there's a special giveaway. If you watch them, like them, and comment on them, you can get entered into a free reading too. But so there's tools in there that could possibly help as well. All right. So that is what they have for you, Aries rising, for now. So hang in there and many blessings to you. LA, no, that's not what they meant. They're gonna get physically sick on FaceTime. Well, not from you anyway. I wonder if they're just like, "I don't feel so good. I'm so nervous. Hold on." That's funny. All right, very good. Thank you, Aries rising. All right, and I think here, so for anyone new that's coming, I'm all done with the free readings for tonight since I hit my 2 hours. I'm only finishing up any donations, and then I'll be closing down the session here. All right. So, love 1234. Thank you for your additional donation. Let's take a look here. Yes, yes, I know. Yes. Okay, very good. Yeah, if you didn't hear me earlier, what I was saying was that the free readings were done, but I honor, of course, donations, and I will complete them in the session. So you can definitely donate. Yeah, because I saw your sad Z face, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't mean if you were going to donate, because I do honor those." All right, so let's take a look here. So el numero uno. Let's see, did he get your other message? Let's just ask that too. Well, while we're here. Okay, that's that one there. All that's interesting. Okay. And then your number two question. All right. You never have to worry. But if we want to, we can. That's funny. Okay, let's take a look here. Here we go with his little stuff happening here. Well, I'm gonna show you those first because we already saw these about him, right? He's got all these. This is what's coming in August, right? They're learning to let go of their fears. A lot of it has to do with their feelings of abandonment, of being left behind, being left out in the cold, and also lack, right? So I feel like with what you're talking about here, and let me show you the other because you got 6 cards for your first question. I know they're like boom. Um, and we like this. You got 2, 3, and 4. So 2 is about choosing your energy. So with whatever you put towards them, keep in mind that one of their biggest fears is abandonment, not being enough, being left behind, being left out in the cold, not being good enough, right? So keep that in mind because the energy of which you do it is important. That's like step 1. Uh, and then step 2 is 3 of wands is do things differently than you would have done them before, right? So try a different approach. Maybe instead of texting, leave a voicemail so that they can hear your voice. Because voicemails will save whether your someone's phone is off or not, and it'll be there and it'll activate when it goes there. Text messages may or may not, right? They they might go out into the ethereal and go, but I like the Aries energy, the Emperor coming in here, uh, fiery lion too. But this is about not worrying about what everyone else will think and supposed tos and shoulds. Make decisions for you, not fearing, well, will they think this or will they think, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? The Emperor doesn't, you know, um, the true Emperor doesn't uh, shy away from doing what they feel is the right thing to do. They do it, and if someone can't handle it, then it'll be a learning experience for them. But I feel like they're saying, "Do what you're wanting to do, but do things differently. Don't be afraid," you know? But that's what I feel like, that energy of, um, they fear abandonment and they wanna close everything off, and so sometimes when people turn off their phones, it's a cry for, "I want people to love me or I'm overwhelmed," but when they get over the overwhelm, they still wanna know that they're loved, you know what I'm saying? So, I would say just, I mean, yeah, okay, you understand. So, leave a voicemail message that's not, uh, you know, a funny thing. You know what? I if you know a joke that has cracked you up recently that they don't know, I almost feel like "Hey, I just wanna tell you this joke. So blah, 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 blah." And then just laugh hysterically and go, I hope it made you smile like it made me smile. Have a great night." And then I just think that's what they just pop into my head. So I like that. Okay. So that was for that one there. And then okay, yeah, the contractor here. I like this. This is funny. Yeah. So, like you said, you can fear if you want to. You know, the three of swords is expectations equal disappointment, heartbreak. It's the fear card. It's like, what's going to happen here? And here's the four of earth, which is, we've got the four of earth, which is this, the four of pentacles represents home, stability in the outside world, balancing the king of water is the balancing of heart and head. So I feel like there's nothing to worry about here unless you want to worry. If you want to enjoy some fear, yay, you can, but you don't have to. It's funny that the king of water, king of cups, always reminds me of Christ consciousness, which of course Jesus of Nazareth was a carpenter like his dad. It's like, talk about contractor, right? But I feel like they're a balanced individual, so I don't feel like you need to worry, about that. So that's what's coming in. Alrighty. So that is what they have for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. And as always, thank you for your sense of humor and for your donations as well. I appreciate you. Okay. All right. So LA, you were the next donation there. And you want to know, will the guys you meet online think you're a catfish? Do you have whiskers? Or what is that about? I'm just kidding. Do I really look that different from your pictures? And will you meet nice guys to meet from the app in person that will like you? Okay, let's take a look here. Cheers. Cheers, love 1, 2, 3, 4. Enjoy your sabbatical, and we'll be here when you shall return. All right. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about this dating app and these individuals? I think you have my email too, right? So if you just wanna chat too. Alright, let's take a look here, LA. So will they think you're a catfish? I don't feel that way here. Um, I feel like they kind of get, um, you know, um, this, type of thing here, um and you can LA. I was actually speaking to Love 1, 2, 3, 4 because they're, like, headed off away for a while, but I was, like, saying, "If you wanna, email me, you can, but you can too." But just so, I wanna make sure Love 1, 2, 3, 4, if they were there, that they knew I was talking to them too. But I feel here with the 10 of fire, this is, like, a lot of, you know fieriness that they get riled up when they go on to the app, and they're looking for new opportunities. And I feel like when you realize that, of course, when people are riled up, we're going to call it riled up, or in as they say in other countries, no, I can't. I don't know if I can say that on this on YouTube, but that they are seeing things differently. They're seeing things, they see what they wanna see, and they're not the kindest individuals either, because it's like a werewolf around a full moon. They're kind of animals, right? Which we're like, "Yeah, it is. It's just the way it is." So they have that coming in here, and again, wow, this is so funny that we've got the fire and new opportunities and new opportunities. They're just kind of really bringing that home, that so many of them are just horn dogs that are riled up, that are looking for new opportunities, right? And so when we realize that that's so much of what happens on apps, then it's like, well, we don't meet very many nice guys because they're not in a nice mood. You're seeing, like, them with hair and fangs, and they're howling at the moon, right? So, it's like, just be aware of where they're at here. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, yeah. So we've got this, here's the expectations equal disappointment card. We've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is a lot of feeling left out in the cold, abandonment, being left behind, lacking. There's just the apps lack, and there's a lot of disappointment and heartbreak because people don't, um, they're not, it's not a place of a lot of emotionally mature people at the time, because a lot of people are in pain. A lot of people are looking for love outside of themselves. So they feel not worthy enough. So they're looking for love, looking for love, looking for love, but they haven't been looking for love in here. And we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So many uh, of us out there don't love ourselves. We feel abandoned, we feel less than, we feel lacking. And so, um, what happens is people are looking for love, but they can't give or receive love because they haven't looked and found the love inside them yet. And the more that they raise the love vibration, more you raise your self love, then your ability to give and receive love to the outside world gets bigger too. But if I love myself this much, no matter how much love someone wants to give me or how much love I want to give, it's only going to trickle in and out, and it's going to be disappointing. It's unless you're just looking for physical action. That's a lot of what the apps happen, right? And of course, I chuckled because we got the temptation card, which is the devil card, which is that showing us our addictions, which shows us our traps, which shows us the chains that we have. It rattles our cage. It shows us, and these apps are perfect tools for Saturn, which in Capricorn energy, which makes us question so many of our thoughts, our beliefs, and our mindsets. It rattles our world because it rattles our self worth. It rattles our self esteem. It rattles, how we think about things. But it brings us, that's what helps us get tired of looking for this love in the outside world that we are never getting. It's disappointing enough that we turn inward and upward. I feel like, definitely spirit uh cr- dropped into someone's mind dating app so that it could help us evolve humanity, because after enough of it, and I always say it's great to every once in a while, like every 5 years or maybe once a year, go onto a dating app and then go, this is why I'm not on it. But that's what's coming in here. I don't feel like that you're going to find like the love of your life. Um, yeah, you doubt to meet your Prince Charming. Yeah, yeah, because that's not where they're at, right? Um, I feel like one of the big things that spirit tells us is, rather than looking for, let me say how to say this, rather than looking for um, love through a passionate encounter, we live our passion and we find love. We find a love encounter. So what I mean by that is like, in because I someday I want to get back in. I never really was into pottery, but I love working with clay, and I loved the few times I did when I was, in like grade school, um, in like middle school, and so it would be like I have a passion of pottery, and I'm gonna go to a pottery class, or I'm gonna go to a place where they have potter's wheels, and you can use their kiln to fire it and to solidify stuff, and while you're there doing things that you're passionate about and that you love, there's someone else that has the passion for that, and the passion isn't trying to find love, the passion is living what you love to do, and you meet people that also have that you're attracted to, and that this is where things happen from. So that's more of what I feel like they're wanting you to kind of look at with that, if that makes sense. So hang in there, LA, you're not alone, and I feel like that will, it allows you to live life instead of putting life on hold waiting to find love, than to live life. So that's what they have. Hang in there, poodle. Okay, so that's what they have. Again, thank you for your donation. And Christina, you are up next. Thank you for your, oh no, your donation. Readings are over. Cards down, cards down. All right. So I almost fall off my chair. Oh, I think I stretched my neck. Ah, there we go. All right. Stay home next week. Don't go to work. Don't go out of the house. All right. Like I stretch my neck trying to get somewhere. Ah, there it goes. I think I'm okay. Watch out for neck injuries next week. I'm just kidding. So let's pull cards here. Okay. So general for next week, what do they want you to know here? All right. That's the message. Yeah. Don't fall off chairs. Don't overstretch or extend yourself. Stretch before any exercise. All right. All right. So it starts off here. You've got the king of air, which is, of course, rules over air, and all the kings are given a second portion of air. So this is the master of thought and belief and mindset, and I like it. It's like we've got the four fire, which is like joy, celebration. It's very balanced energy, and I like the combination here because it's like um, we can get caught up in our minds. And if you're an air sign, this would be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But there's this getting caught up in our minds. Sometimes we forget to have fun. We get into, or like Capricorn energy, because I'm like a Capricorn rising. I can become such a taskmaster that I'm all about the task. And I'm like, well, you can have fun while you're going along. Okay, yeah, so you get it. It's like, remember to have fun next week is a big thing there. and and this kind of comes into here a little bit too with the we've got the nine of swords. So here's more mind energy, a lot of thoughts, a lot of thinking, nightmare, insomnia. It's like all this thinking, thinking, thinking. But here is the page of fire, the page of wands, igniting and putting things into action. I almost feel like with this combination here, not almost, I feel with this combination here, it's like you've been contemplating and thinking and analyzing and researching and it's like next week it's like, okay, you've thought about things enough, now let's take action on it, let's move forward. There's no wrong choice, you're going to be fine. Just it's time to make a decision. Enough of the mental energy. It's just time to decide, and this is the week to do it. uh we've moved into Leo energy, so this is good. And like I said, you've got the 10 of earth here, the 10 of pentacles, which is abundance, overflowing, it's fullness. And I feel like with this here, the 6 of water, the 6 of cups has come up a lot recently. And I feel like this is about this is usually there's like two people on here with a child and a grandfather and a dog and a palace and money, like what would feel like fullness of life. There's this 6 of cups that comes in, which is normally it could be like someone from your past and blah blah blah, but so much of this recently is being about that we're bumping into people that are and we're having this subconscious um ignition of past life memories and relationships we've had with people. And it's interesting, it's like the vibration on the planet is getting to a point where it's activating more subconscious things to bring them to the surface. And it's a positive thing, so it's like bumping into someone that it's like bumping into a best friend, an old friend that you've had, and you just feel like you know him, and you never have known him in this lifetime, but there's like this, wow, I feel like I know you from somewhere. And you even quiz one another about, you know, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? What work do you do? Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, no, I don't know you. And I don't know you either. But I feel like I know you. And they're like, I bet it's a past life. And they're like, do you believe in that too? I just feel like there's this bond that comes here through all this too, if that makes sense. So I do like this for you, Christine. It just feels, I don't know, it feels like a very much a fun week because I feel like you're just being nudged to get out of your head and get out into enjoying some things and make some decisions and a lot of mental energy. Go into your split personality, go into the other one, go into the fun one. I know, right? I'm Aquarius, so we're the multiple personality of the zodiac, and of course Gemini is the split personality. We're like, we think it's cute you have two. No, no one else has any, but you have 2, that's cute, and we get it because we have, like, a legion in here. So, uh, I get it. So I like it for you, Christina. It looks like a fun week. Just get out of your head. Alright, so many blessings to you, And Olivia, you are up next here. So, general love reading and relationship. Are you currently single? All right, let's take a look here. And thank you for your donation. Ah, very good. Yes, yes, yes. It's party time, party time. Okay. All right, Olivia, let's take a look here. What does Spirit wants you to know here about general love and relationship? Okay. You wanted that one, that one. Then that one, right? Order is very specific here. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Okay, and then what are these here? All right. Well, I like the way they had these full come out here for you because you have the Ace of Air, the Ace of Swords, which means you have been seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective around love and relationship. It's like you've been cutting away some old thoughts and some old beliefs. You're just like, why do I even think that anymore? And it's like you've been doing this adjustment around it, which I like because it shows here that it has made an impact on your life. Because the Eight of Pentacles is about having put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, but it's the apprentice moving to the master, which shows that because you put in the work, the hard work, that there's movement that's coming. So your outside world with relationship, there is going to be change coming. Come in the little butterfingers here, dropping everything. But it is, there's like this change, this movement, and things will not be able to stay the same. Um, you've got the Queen of Fire, which does also show that you've been focusing on where you're investing your energy and you're not focusing like on like, oh, I don't have love in my life and all, the lower vibrational stuff. You've been focusing on, I want to stay positive and I want to focus on what I do love in my life, what I do have, like attitudes of gratitudes. Like this is the energy you've been putting forward. And the more you continue to do that, then we're not growing missingness in my life. Like if I say, I miss love in my life, I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy missing love in my life. Can you just draw it out? But it's the difference is that you're like, I'm grateful for the love I've had. I'm grateful for the love you're bringing. I'm grateful for this, for that, and so there's this wonderful energy coming in. And so here comes the Knight of Wands. Fastest moving horse out of them all. So you've got all this movement coming in here with relationship and love with all of this. So you've got all of this energy that is coming forward here through all of that. So I like that they brought all that up to this point here. And yeah, because you've got the Three of Wands, which is about you now changing directions from where the direction you were going to go before. You just have so much more information. And so make the change. If you were looking at doing something completely different than you've ever done before regarding love and relationship, they're saying, do it. This is totally uh, you know, you're being called to it literally here from your higher self with the judgment card. Your higher self is bringing you up to this higher vibrational love to have experiences that you haven't had before in love. Lower vibrational before, we get lower vibrational blah blah blah, right? So we have this change that's coming in, this energy that's coming in, and I love it. This is like um I don't know, it's just like trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust where you're being drawn to, but it's doing things differently, right? It's like, well, I've always looked for love here or this, and it's like, do things differently. Kind of like we are talking with LA. It's like, what is your passion? Go live your passion, and you'll find someone living your passion. not looking for love, but living your passion, you find love, not trying to find love through passion, through like passion, you know what I mean? But I like this. I like it. And I feel like here's peace of mind coming in here. And we've got the King of Swords, which is all about, the master of thinking. And so I feel like there's someone very peaceful, peace of mind here. You know, I'm seeing here, it's funny. True Blood, the movie, and sorry, I just saw Maria Dark on the dark lean. I'm doing well. Yes, you can still donate. I'm still taking donations. Free readings are over, but I'm still taking donations, so you can. But, Olivia, not sure if you were a, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I don't know if you saw True Blood, but Sookie, who was a waitress, when the vampires were out, they were, everyone knew about them in this series, and she was empathic. She would hear everyone's thoughts, and it was overwhelming. But when she would touch him, it went silent and quiet. And I feel like this is like this person. There's this, the Four of Swords is peace of mind and quietness, and I feel like the King of Air, it's not that they're, like, non-feeling or anything, but I feel like they're very intelligent. This person that comes in is very intelligent. Have you not dated intelligent people before? You're like, "Obviously not," because they weren't smart enough to know that you were a good catch, right? Boom. But, yeah, yeah, very good. But I feel like this person was, this King of Air feels like an educator of some sort, like, they have higher education or they teach people, they help people learn about themselves, could even be counseling, could even be, but it's someone who helps people understand themselves and teaches them in some way. This King of Air is coming in here, they're master communicators. Um, so it just feels like very much like an, if this person is an air sign, that would be totally like there. But um, people can have a lot of air in their chart and their sun sign, even though their sun sign is like the CEO that rules over their life. If you have a ton of, like, I have a, even though I'm an air sign Aquarius, I have like so much water, it's crazy. Um, and that's why I connect with spirit, and because of the water side. So, that's the kind of stuff that I feel is coming in here. But it's great. I like where this is headed. I like that there's this mental, connection that comes in. Yeah, and we got the 10 of earth. Again, this represents, usually the standard tarot has two people together with child and grandpa and dog and, like I said, a castle and pentacles, and it's a full life. So it definitely is someone that can bring you that. Um, that it feels like this type of individual though. So hopefully that makes sense. And if that person's not that, well, maybe that's not them. But I like that there is action and movement that comes forward. So if this person doesn't take action forward, that just means that spirit is like blocking them from going, no, this isn't the one. We have someone that's like, you think this one's good, wait till you get, tell what we come in, what we're bringing you here. You think that little smart car is awesome, wait till we bring in that Lamborghini we're bringing you. It's like, wow. So if that's the case, that's the case there. All right, so that's what they have for you. Olivia. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. Enjoy the adventure. All right. And thank you so much, Maria, for your donation. And you want to know, all right. So what is coming Towards you in love. All right. And anything with Roberto. All right. Let's take a look here. You're very welcome, Olivia. Thank you again. All right. Okay. That's love. And this is, well, that's kind of like in between. This, I feel like this is Roberto. What's this in the middle? We'll see. We'll see. So let's start with Roberto. Let's start this way and work our way this way. All right. Well, I feel like did we get this on him before? And, peace of mind, just kind of balanced mind, balancing their mind. Here's the justice card balancing their thoughts and things. They just feel like they're again, it just feels very mind oriented here. Like they're just there. I don't feel like there's a whole lot. We'll see what's in the middle here, but let's see what is coming here for love. Okay, well, so you've got patience, which is another kind of temperance and balancing energy. But you have the Ten of Fire too, which is, a lot of energy being invested that's about to end, and all the burden of how things have been feeling like it's been going so slow. We're coming in here, and the Ten of Swords, I mean, the Ten of Wands here is about an ending of overgiving a lot of energy and super focusing it. So I feel like for the love here, wherever you've been focusing it all, I feel like there's about to be a change that would look something like this, where we've got death and rebirth and new passion coming in here. So, you know, I I like this because I don't feel like this is Roberto. I feel like you have invested a lot of, like you said, all this 10 of fire for quite a while, right? And this is the ending of that and the super focusing on one. Look how much brighter that is compared to that. It's like inferno, which is great. I like that for you. I just feel like maybe that will create a fire under someone's butt, but I just feel like you have this new passion that comes into your life here. Let me see anything more about the passion here, about this new Ace of Wands. Anything more about him? Anything? Bueller? Bueller? Okay. Yeah, we've got the Two of Pentacles, someone very down to earth. Hermit energy is Virgo energy. So I feel like you meet someone who's really down to earth, and balanced here, but they also have passion here too. So I feel like here it is someone different, unless they happen to be a Virgo. If Roberto's a Virgo, but I don't feel like it's them anyway. I just feel like there's the new, yeah. I feel like you being patient. Um, I don't know. I feel like you've learned a lot about yourself through the patience process here, but I feel like there's new passion. I feel like there's an ending and a new beginning. Meaning, I feel like Roberto's kind of just in a pausing mode. I feel like they're just in their mind. They're just kind of like there. They're not like action, you know? Yeah, exactly. Awesome. So that is what they have for you, Maria. So I like this, whoever this Virgo is. Not that they're a hermit, but I feel like they're very content with themselves. They don't need anyone, but they want to be with someone. So there's a very groundedness in this other person that's coming in. All right. So thank you again for your donation. And Red, hello, hello. Good evening to you. And you said the question is below, and it must be written in invisible ink because I don't see it. I'm just going to take a sip here while you're typing it there. There you go. All right. Thank you. So Will, D, and you have a child together. Let's take a look. All right. All right. So you've got the 7 of, you got the 7 of, pentacles here, which is the last fruit that grows on the fruit tree. I'm sorry, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit, right? So it's about eventually there is fruition, I guess that fruit, fruit of the womb. So it just takes a little bit. We've got the Tower card here too, which tells you here, there's this, whatever this movement, this change, just know that there's gonna be some movement of people and things and stuff out of your life first. So there's some significant stuff that happens first before this comes to fruition. Because it's funny, you got the 16 major arcana and you got the 17, which is dreams come true, wish upon a star, energy here. But it comes after this, what feels like destruction. That the tower, tells us that people and things are moved out of our life for us. And though sometimes it's hard for us to really see it, but people and situations are moved out to make space for that, which is destined for our life, which is more for our highest experience, and it clears the pathway forward. So I kind of feel like you read that there will be um, significant life altering changes that happen first, but then fruition does come down. So I don't feel like it's like, tomorrow, but I feel like there's some stuff that has to happen first, almost like in preparation for things to happen. So I feel like that's what's coming in here. Um, but I like that 7 of earth, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. And that's what children are, right? Oh, yeah, right. That definitely could mean it with a change of a situation. Let me see if they'll clarify here. Is this tower card this specific family member? Yeah, it looks here. I mean, we've got change in the outside world, emotional changes, and also this is the 3 of Swords is the disappointment kind of card that comes in here. So it feels like there is transformation of emotions and outside experiences. This would feel like, it feels like heartbreak in a way here. There's 3 of Cups is like focusing on lower vibrational energies. The 5 of Earth is like feeling abandoned, left behind. So if this family member is very important to one of you, like where it would make you feel left behind and some very deep emotions, that would be impactful. Like if it's a parent or, someone like that, of course, that would make sense that they mean a lot. If it's that type of relationship, it could be, where it's just heartbreaking, but after that happens and there's that transformation of emotion, because all those fives are transformation of how they feel their worth, how they feel their emotions. Then there's change here after that, the heartbreak, they move beyond the heartbreak. um so that it feels like that could definitely be it, if that resonates. But I like it for you, Red. That seems like a positive card. I mean, the original one with the 7 of Pentacles, definitely feels very promising, especially with the star card, which is wish fulfillment. So many, many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation there, Red. And on that note, that ends the session this evening. Now, before everyone goes, I do want to make sure you're aware you still have a chance here to enter my drawing for tomorrow. I'm going to be giving away 2 30-minute person recorded readings. This video will tell you how you can get into it. There's 2 ways to win. One has to do with the video that came out last week. The other has to do with my series, which is Take 10 with Zen. Here is the most recent link to the most recent video. And so if you look at here, this is the most recent one. It's just 10-minute videos that are 10 minutes or less that talk about how we can connect to spirit, to ourselves. And I also take questions from my subscribers. And so you can, do this. Uh, it has to do with watching each. You can watch as many of them as you want out of the 6. Like them, of course, if you like them, and then a comment, if you have an opportunity, because there's 6 episodes. If you watch and comment on each one, you'll have 6 entries into the drawing. Plus, they're good information, of course. Also, we have a crazy Zen summer sale where we have 50% off my Hedges of Peace and Love. So if you're interested in seeing what those are about, that link will tell you more about what those are. And I'm also have 50% off my person recorded readings. And so those are the prices there. And then all this information is in the description box of the video if you're interested in those. And here's how you can book one of those if you so desire. And then also each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. And this last week was how can I transform my anger? Week before that was sadness. And I feel like the next ones are going to be around transforming our lower vibrational energy to higher vibrational. Not that it's like in the beginning, Spirit says lower vibrational emotions are not wrong. Neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring us different experiences. And we come here to experience these lower vibrational emotions. And when we're done feeling those and we're bored with them, we can change those. And that's what those are about. So you can take a look at those. And so those are all those. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you have given as well. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And you're part of the love tsunami. And so it seems like a small thing, but it is something that you can do for free that does help out. So I appreciate you guys doing that. All right. And Rhonda, the elevator doors were closing and you stuck your umbrella right in there. Wait. Please hold the elevator. So we will complete yours, of course, since you made a donation. That will be my final reading for this evening, though, because I've been on for 3 hours. So I will be checking out after this one. So, Rhonda, you want to know what does Spirit have for you today? Anything you need to be aware of? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here. What would they like you to be aware of? All right, and also, Rhonda, pick a number between 1 and 3. Your arm. Oh, you're brave. I would only throw in an umbrella so in case it closed. It's like those horror movies. No. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. And you did pick I have this deck from Esther and Jerry Hicks who channel Abraham, if you've ever heard of him. This is the health and law of attraction cards. Let's see what message they're bringing in from there, and then we'll look at your tarot. The tarot. I love it. Yeah, so this is the card here that says, it's card 16, action toward anything that is accomplished by joy or love is always valuable. And then here's the message here. See if you can even see it. Focus, focus, focus. No glare. I think you see most of it. I'm going to read it anyway. But it says, our encouragement is that you pay attention to your emotional balance, work deliberately to find the best feeling thoughts you can find, and practice them until they are habitual. In doing so, you will tend to your alignment first and then proceed with whatever action you feel inspired to follow. A trip to your doctor or action toward anything, when accompanied by joy or love or good feeling emotion, is always valuable, while action that is motivated by your fear or vulnerability or any bad feeling emotion is never valuable. Other than it teaches us about what we don't want to feel and experience, right? So I like that, the focusing in on the joy, the focusing in on the higher vibrational emotions, right? So we like those, and like I was saying before, um, the there's nothing wrong with feeling lower vibrational, but when we're tired of feeling that way, we can transform it. I like here that it's like you're entering a period where you're whatever you focus on comes in very fast. You know, the Knight of Wands is about um, fast manifestation. Like if you focus on a fear, whoosh, oh, here it is, and you're like, oh no. And if you focus on like something higher vibration, this comes in and this drifts away. So there's this fast movement that comes in. So I really like that. And then you have the patience card, which tells us that, there's you've been patiently waiting for some things to change, and they're about to. With you focusing that energy, there's no longer a slow process. There's the death and transformation. There's things that happen very quick that come in here. Um, so the patience is over because yeah, because you have here too the 8 of Pentacles that comes in, which is about putting in the blood, the sweat, and the tears, and it's movement happening in the outside world. So here it goes, here it goes, here it goes. Things cannot be the same though. With the changes that you've made with the King of Swords here, which means connecting and seeing the capital T truths of the higher realm, and at the same time cutting away the fears, of failure, the fears of rejection, the fears related to losing conditional love. That this is where the releases happened. But that 8 of Earth, it's like when you're on this path and you're headed this direction and you've made these changes, there's no more path that continues directly. Let me see if I can do this on the camera. Directly forward. It now goes like this, and you either go up or down. And you are going up, and whatever is not able to go up with you goes in a different direction. And that's what happens is, we talk about the butterfly and the caterpillar, and like all these caterpillars were like, yeah, we'll become butterflies and we're gonna all go do these things and we're gonna go this direction and do all this stuff. And we're like, yeah, and you get into your cocoon and you're doing the work. You're, becoming caterpillar soup. You're letting things fall away. You're transforming, you're changing, right? You're going through this death and this rebirth, and you bust out of the cocoon finally, and you're like, why is everyone still caterpillars? And they're like, yeah, we thought it was going to be too much work, and there were these leaves and they tasted really good, and then there was more leaves and we just kept eating, and we decided we don't want to do that. We don't want to become a butterfly yet. And you're like, well, there's only one small problem here. I cannot go back into the cocoon and reverse back to a caterpillar. I'm now a butterfly, and I instinctively, my being wants me to do butterfly things. I can't go back and do caterpillar things anymore. That's so slow. You're walking, it takes you forever, and I can flutter and go so far in so little time, and I can't hold myself back anymore. I can't be small. I can't be that. I'm not that anymore. And where you're at now, you have no choice but to be true to your authentic self, not to fear letting people down if you're not gonna do what they think that you're supposed to do, or, get punished or lose support if you don't do what everyone else wants you to do. This is so much about being the beautiful butterfly and fluttering and going, where you want to be and what you want to do. And it's the fears that we're holding back before. But there's this time, you're just getting to this point where, when the ugly feeling of not being true to our authentic self, when the ugliness of not being the beautiful butterfly outweighs the fear of rejection, that's when we make change. When the fear outweighs the ugly feeling of not being ourselves, we stay small, we stay caterpillar. But when we when we're ready to move forward, when that difference is there, then that's what we do. That's what happens. We're able to say, I can't stand it anymore. The fears, I don't care. I've got to be me. I've got to move forward. So I like it for you, Rhonda. This is what you needed to hear. This is what you needed to know. And the more you focus on your joy and your celebration and butterfly things, the more the butterfly grows, right? So I like it. I love you too, Rhonda, Rhonda, my friend. Um, so that is what they have for you. I'm glad you made it just in the nick of time. So, I like this for you. Hey, Julia. So many, many blessings to you and to everyone else. And I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights, currently, at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to be announcing memberships. If I finish all the preparation here, I plan on launching them this Friday. So stay tuned. There'll be some news coming up, some special giveaways, and some special offerings for memberships. I'm trying to balance it all and have something for everyone. I know not everyone can afford membership, so I'm going to try not to have it impact the free stuff I do. But I'm going to have some pretty cool stuff coming, so stay tuned. Absolutely, absolutely, my friend. All right, everybody. So as you're going throughout this next couple of days and through every moment of every day of your life, please know that every second you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So till I see you again, have a great rest of your day, your night, wherever you're out in the world. And until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care. We'll see you soon.